What's up guys, Chicks here from Chicks Tech Reviews. So today I bring you my top 2019 flagship smartphones priced under £500. That's right people, flagship smartphones only in this lineup. And flagship means it has to have no less than the blazing fast Snapdragon 855 or the Kirin 980 chipsets. So let's begin from the bottom of the list. So at number 8 we have the Honor 20 priced $399. It has a 6.26 inch IPS LCD display with the Kirin 980 chipset. You have 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, a 3750 mAh battery with 22.5 watts fast charging, and the key highlights are quad cameras, NFC, and you also have an infrared port. And at number 7 we have the Oppo Reno 10x zoom priced $529. And you do have a 6.6 inch OLED display with the Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. You have a 4065 mAh battery with 20 watt fast charging. And the key highlights are triple rear cameras, a motorized pop-up selfie camera, NFC, Dolby Atmos, and you have an SD card slot. And at number 6 we have the impressive Nubia Red Magic 3 gaming phone priced $419. Now you have a 6.65 inch 90Hz AMOLED display with a Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. You have a large 5000 mAh battery supported by a 18 watt fast charger. Key highlights: liquid cooling and a cooling fan built in. You've also got built-in shoulder triggers. You have an audio jack, stereo speakers, and this supports DTS sound. So at number 5 we have the OnePlus 7 priced $499 with a 6.41 inch AMOLED display with a Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. You have a 3700 mAh battery which is supported by a 20 watt fast charger. Now the key highlights are dual cameras, NFC, Dolby Atmos sound and UFS 3.0. And at number 4 we have the Xiaomi Mi9 priced $430, and you have a 6.39 inch Super AMOLED display with a Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of internal storage. You have a 3300 mAh battery supported by a 27 watt fast charger. Now the key highlights: you have triple cameras, NFC, infrared port and wireless charging. And at number 3 we have the Lenovo Z6 Pro priced at $415. Now this one has a 6.39 inch Super AMOLED display with a Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. You have a 4000 mAh battery supported by a 27 watt fast charger, and the key highlights are quad cameras, liquid cooling, Dolby Atmos sound, a 3.5mm audio jack, and you also have a 1TB SD card slot. And at number 2 we have my favorite, the Asus Zenfone 6 priced $424, and this phone has a 6.4 inch IPS LCD display with a Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of internal storage. You have a 5000 mAh battery supported by an 18 watt fast charger. Now the key highlights are a motorized dual flipping camera which can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with the smoothest image stabilization I've ever seen at that resolution on a smartphone. You also have amplified stereo speakers which do get quite loud, along with NFC, audio jack and a terabyte SD card slot. Finally at number 1 we have the Redmi K20 Pro priced $396. Now this phone has a 6.39 inch AMOLED display with the Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of internal storage, a 4000 mAh battery supported by a 27 watt fast charger, and the key highlights are: you have a triple camera on the back, a pop-up selfie camera on the front, you've got built-in NFC and a headphone jack. So there you have it guys, my top 2019 flagship smartphones priced around £500 or under. Furthermore, all of these smartphones offer a super powerful performance at a great price point. In this price range, there appears to be something for everyone. If you're into gaming, you have the Nubia Red Magic 3 or the Lenovo Z6 Pro. Both phones are dedicated gaming phones with liquid cooling and Snapdragon performances. Now, if you want the best selfie camera currently available, then the Zenfone 6 lets you do 4K at 60 frames per second with ultra smooth image stabilization. If you want something light on the pocket without compromising power and performance, then the Honor 20 will certainly not disappoint. Now, there were a lot of phones I could have chosen for this list, but these are my tried and tested favorite flagships in this price range. I have thoroughly enjoyed testing these devices, and no matter which one you choose from the bunch, you will surely be pleased with the performance and camera capabilities, as every single smartphone on this list uses the Sony IMX586 primary sensor, but of course with different configurations and lenses. And with that being said, I will leave the links in the description so you guys can check any of these phones out, and if you like one of them, you can of course go ahead and pick one up for yourself. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. See you in the next one, guys.